Welcome to online lecture series of refrigeration and air conditioning. Here is Professor Lakshman Mane. This is a video session on sensible heat factor, means room sensible heat factor, grand sensible heat factor and effective sensible heat factor. In this session, you will be able to explain room sensible heat factor, grand sensible heat factor and effective sensible heat factor. Sensible heat factor. Heat added during a psychrometric process may be split up into sensible heat and latent heat. Ratio of sensible heat to the total heat is known as sensible heat factor. So, sensible heat factor is given as a mathematical formula. SHF is equal to ratio of sensible heat to total heat. Further, it can be expressed as ratio of sensible heat to total heat, means summation of sensible and latent heat. Sensible heat is the heat which increases or decreases the temperature of the body, and latent heat is the heat which increases the specific humidity without increasing or decreasing the temperature of the body. Sources of sensible heat. So there are mainly three types of sources: solar heat gain through outside wall, solar heat gain through a glass area, and sensible heat gain due to infiltration of air, which is adding to the room. So here in this image we can elaborate sources of sensible heat. So here is a heat transfer through wall, then roof and floor, from the outside to the room. Secondly, solar heat gain takes place through the window glass area to the room. Heat gain from ventilation and infiltration of air to the room. Ventilation means circulation of air provided in the room, and infiltration means it is a heat entering to the leakage of air which is taking place to the room through the gaps at the window, doors and cracks in the wall. Infiltration is not avoided completely. Ventilation can be managed. Internal heat gain by different sources means equipment, light source, equipments, electronic machines which are there in the room. So all these are sources of sensible heat. Sources of latent heat includes heat gain due to moisture in the outside air entering by infiltration to the room, heat gain due to condensation of moisture from equipments, and heat gain due to condensation of moisture from various household activities like cooking, bathing, cleaning, exercising, etc. Room sensible heat factor can be understood with the help of diagram. So here this is a psychrometric chart. On this line 1 to 2 is shown. So here we know that this is a outside air condition. If we know any two properties of the air, say dry bulb and wet bulb temperature, we can plot point number 1. Similarly, for the room side, by using any two properties of the air of room, we can plot point number 2. Join line 1 to 2. So this will be psychrometric process. Now in this process, temperature of the air is reduced from 1 to 2, means this is a process of cooling, and specific humidity of room outside air which is coming inside, that specific humidity is also reduced. So this is cooling and dehumidification process. During this process, amount of heat removal from the air to the atmospheric air, this is nothing but total heat. This total heat is a 1 to 2. Now this total heat is split up into two parts, sensible heat and latent heat. So in order to separate these two heats, let us draw triangle, means draw vertical line from point number 1 and draw horizontal line from point number 2. Thus we get intersection point, give name as a A. So in this triangle 1A2, in this we find two parts, 1A and 2A. So 2A is a sensible heat part, that is without changing specific humidity because it is horizontal line, and 1-2A, this is a latent heat part. In this case there is no change in dryable temperature. So room sensible heat factor by the formula, ratio of room sensible heat to total heat, means summation of room sensible heat and room latent heat. So here RSH means room sensible heat, RLH means room latent heat, and RTH means summation, means room total heat, that is summation of room sensible heat plus room latent heat. Here for the room we can find RSH is equal to sensible heat from the chart, means HA minus H2 in kilojoule per kg. If we want to find it in kilowatt, we can multiply it by mass flow rate of air. Similarly, room latent heat is obtained by taking latent heat from chart, means this 1 to A section, means here H1 minus HA in kilojoule per kg. In kilowatt, if we want, multiplied by mass flow rate of air supplied to the room. So in this way room sensible heat factor can be used in a mathematical calculation. Grand sensible heat factor is a ratio of total sensible heat to grand total heat. Grand total heat is a summation of total sensible heat and total latent heat. It is further clarified as grand sensible heat factor will be equal to TSH, means total sensible heat, can be written as summation of room sensible heat and outside air sensible heat, means in this case we consider outside air sensible heat along with room sensible heat, divided by, in a GTH there are two parts, TSH, TLH. So TSH can be written here in this bracket, already we have explained, and TLH, this is second bracket, means it is a summation of room latent heat plus outside air latent heat. Now in this formula OASH and OALH, this can be further mathematically expressed as OASH is equal to 0.02044 times V1 into TD1 minus TD2, and OALH is given by mathematical formula 50 times V1 into W1 minus W2. In this case V1 is a supply air in a cubic meter per minute, and TD1, TD2 are the dryable temperature difference between outside and inside of the room air. W1 and W2 are moisture content of point number 1 and point number 2. Due to grand total heat load, The temperature and moisture content of the air passing through the air conditioning apparatus either increases or decreases depending upon the requirement. Air conditioning apparatus should be capable of handling this amount of rise and fall. So in this case here, air conditioning apparatus is having load of sensible latent heat sources in the room plus outside sensible and latent heat load sources. Effective sensible heat factor. It is a ratio of effective sensible heat to effective total heat. So effective total heat is a summation of effective sensible heat ESH plus effective latent heat ELH. ESH is mathematically given as RSH means room sensible heat plus OASH means outside air sensible heat multiplied by bypass factor, and ELH is given as RLH means room latent heat plus outside air latent heat multiplied by bypass factor. So from this formula we can see that here outside heat load sources means sensible heat and latent heat, these are multiplied with bypass factor. So it includes room sensible and latent heat loads plus that portion of outdoor air which is being bypassed or through the air conditioning equipment, means amount of quantity of air bypassed over the cooling coil. The required air quantity calculated by using ESH simultaneously offsets room sensible and latent heat loads and also handles the total sensible and latent loads for which air conditioning equipment is designed, including outdoor air loads and the supplementary loads, for example fan heat gain, duct heat gain and duct leakage. Now we will see how the factors are shown on the psychrometric chart. So here are, first of all we will see about room sensible heat factor. It is shown here on the psychrometric chart by the line room sensible heat factor line. So here this line is line 2 to 5. Now how to draw this line? So first of all, plot point number 1 with the known condition of outdoor air. Similarly point number 2 with the known condition of room air. Join 1 to 2 line. Then we know the ratio of fresh air means outside air and room air means return air. So by using this ratio we can find mixing point, point number 3. So that will divide the total air into two parts, fresh air and return air. 2 to 3 length part will be here fresh air and 1 to 3 part will be return air. Now find the room sensible heat factor by using the formula given. That value locate here on the sensible heat factor scale by the point A. Point B is called as alignment circle. It is located with the condition of 26 degrees Celsius dry bulb temperature and 50% relative humidity. So this point alignment circle as a B. Join line AB. This line we take as a reference line. To this line draw a line through point number 2 as a parallel. So this two line will touch to the psychrometric chart saturation curve at point number 5. So this 2, 5 will be line, that is room sensible heat factor line. So this is a slope of line joining the air entering into the space and room condition. Now here in this case, here room condition is 2 and air entering into the space, into the room, this point will be point number 4. This is a coil temperature or air temperature which is leaving the cooling coil, point number 4. Next, grand sensible heat factor line. Join point number 3 and 4 and extend this line to the saturation curve. So we find this 3, 4, 6 line. This is called as grand sensible heat factor line, which is a slope of line joining the air leaving apparatus, means point number 4, and mixing condition of outdoor air, means point number 3. So this is a line 3, 4, 6. Effective sensible heat factor line. Here now point number 2 and point number 6. If you join, then you find a line that is slope of line joining the apparatus dew point. So this point number 6 is called as apparatus dew point, means coil ADP, dew point temperature of cooling coil, that is coil ADP. And this is point number 2, means room condition. So line 2 to 6 is a effective sensible heat factor line. In this case, we find 2 ADP. Point number 5. This point 5 will give us room apparatus dew point temperature, means dew point temperature of room air. And point number 6 will give us dew point temperature of cooling coil. So cooling coil dew point temperature is always less than room dew point temperature. Coil ADP range from 0 degree to 3 to 4 degree, and point number 5 means room ADP is lying in the range of 9 degree to 11 degree. And room condition is standard, that is we keep as a 24 degree Celsius dry bulb temperature. Now in this case, here bypass factor shows here inefficiency of the coil or process. So here for process 3, 4, 6, 4 to 6, this will be what? Inefficiency of this process. Or for line 2, 4, 6, as far as ESHF line, this will be 4-6. This will be inefficiency bypass factor. So remaining portion of line will be what? Efficiency of the process or coil, that is 1 minus bypass factor. So at the end of this session, you can explain room sensible heat factor, grand sensible heat factor, and effective sensible heat factor. If you like this video, please subscribe and share. Thank you.